Hey everyone, it's Coach Christine and welcome to this week's edition of Christine's Kitchen. Happy Easter Sunday. So I know that this holiday brings lots of food to the table, families together, and more importantly, lots of sweets. So I know everyone's going to be indulging in those chocolate Easter bunnies and extra Reese's, but today we're going to do a special treat if you're looking for a dessert that is just as indulgent and festive as all of the candy and sweets, but with just a fraction of the calories. Stay tuned. This is the recipe that you'll want. Now, we are going to be creating an Easter basket sort of dessert. So one is going to be a chocolate tulip cup, and the other one is going to be, fingers crossed, an Easter basket with Easter eggs in it. So stick with me and I will show you how that's done. Full disclosure, I have never tried to make a chocolate shell before. So we're gonna find out if this method works or not. It could be an absolute disaster. Who knows? That's the fun of this show. So what we're going to do is grab some melting chocolate. I'm using the Ghirardelli dark chocolate. And all that you need to do is melt this in the microwave. Now you have two ways of creating the melty chocolate. You can either put this in the microwave at 50% power for 30 seconds, and then stir it, and then continue to heat it for 15-second intervals until it's fully melty. Or if you are very fancy and have a double boiler, you can go ahead and melt the chocolate that way. We are going simple and easy today, so we'll be using the microwave method. And once we get that done, we are going to be dipping our balloons into the chocolate to create the cups. So grab some balloons and blow them up part way, set them aside, get this into the microwave, and I'll show you how it's done, I hope. Well, hello there. The chocolate's melted. Let's give this a try. Okay, set my spatula down. Let me grab a little paper towel, just have something to put it on. Here's what we do. We're supposed to take said balloon, hope it doesn't pop in the heat, dip it, roll it, and make it kind of an angle here. Pick up our balloon and set it on the parchment paper. Now, I did read, if you want to make a tulip, you take it and you're supposed to put it in angle, 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 angle. Only one way to find out if that comes out. Oopsie daisy. Drizzles are fine. We'll try that again. Angle, 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 angle. That one might be more of just the bird shell. Set all of these on your parchment paper. Once you go through all of the balloons, you want to take this and place it in the refrigerator so that the shell can harden for at least 10 to 15 minutes. So we'll get these into the fridge and I'll see you back soon. While we're waiting for our tulip cups to form, we need to work on getting the chocolate ready for our Easter eggs. So same process we're gonna do with white chocolate this time. And as you melt it, you're going to take some food coloring. I'm using a pink gel color here, mixing it into the white chocolate and then stirring it together. This is gonna be just as if we were dyeing Easter eggs. Now, what are we gonna make our Easter eggs with? We are going to be adding fruit to it to dip into the chocolate. Hang tight and I'll show you what that looks like. When you put the food coloring in, turns out it thickens it up a little bit. So add a tablespoon of milk, re-stir it, it'll smooth it. Now I'm using frozen cherries and I'm quickly learning that you wanna have these thawed a little bit more. The cold, actually, it's hard to get this on, but what it will look like, I'm just using my finger to put the icing on, is we're gonna cover it and then we'll put these into the refrigerator again for at least 10 more minutes so that the pink chocolate can then harden around it, and we'll have our own little Easter eggs to place into our nest. So you'll do this with any kind of fruit that you want and just wrap it and put them in the fridge. We'll see how it all comes together. The moment of truth. So we have our shells nice and hardened with the balloons. I have some little chocolate covered fruit, blueberries and cherries, dyed pink and green to make little Easter eggs. In all honesty, they're not Food Network caliber. So if you want them to look perfect, buy them already done. Otherwise, it's lots of love, lots of messy fingers, lots of washing your hands in between. Okay, find out if the shells work. The moment of truth is here. We're gonna take a little pin and we're gonna pop it. Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, it worked. You want to very carefully peel the inside of the shell and hope that you don't break too much of it. Okay, go at your own pace, nice and slow. It should totally separate, and I'll show you the finished product in a second here. All right, so here's the thing. I really hope that your experience is so much better than mine in trying to make these stinking cups and chocolate covered fruit. It's tough. Here's what you're gonna want. One, to pour yourself a glass of wine because you're gonna need it. A big glass. Then, know there might only be 2 shells left after you try to peel the balloon out. Let's just take a look here. This is what is left of my balloons. I literally crumpled it. I was so frustrated. I was trying to peel it, and you know, we had an A for effort. Recipe not so simple after all. Thank you, Food Network, for high hopes. So, at home, I believe you can do this. I am your coach. I've got faith in you. Here's my suggestion. Spray the balloon with a little bit of ham baking spray, then put it in the chocolate so as you peel it out, it doesn't totally stick. We saved 2 shells. 2. That's good because you know what? There's only 2 of us in the house. Yay! So here's what we're gonna do. I made some pudding. Nothing fancy. We're literally going Jell-O, instant pudding in a box. Sugar-free, fat-free, mix it with milk. I don't need to teach you how to make pudding. If you can't read the pudding instructions on Instant Pudding Box, you definitely aren't gonna be trying this recipe. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make 2 variations. The first one, we're gonna put the vanilla pudding into this cup here. This is going to be our Easter basket. So let's just take that one there, fill it with some nice pudding, and then this is going to be vanilla. Now, you have your base, so we want to add to this. You need to make your Easter basket filling. So we're going to take some coconut and just take this and take the flakes and pour it right in. We're going to create a nice little basket, just like when you're filling the Easter baskets with all of that colorful, fun little, you know, garlandy stuff that goes everywhere in the house. That's what you're gonna do. Then we're gonna take our little fruit Easter eggs and fill our basket. We have pink and green to fill with the eggs today. They're chocolate covered blueberries and cherries.
You're just gonna put them all in one?
We're putting them all in one for this one. Top it with just a few nuts.
Because you gotta be to do this one.
Because you do kind of need to be a nut to do this recipe. Really committed. And then you're going to have this great little Easter basket. And if you take a piece of chocolate and it falls off, just eat it. It works.
Definitely gonna be worth it.
It'll be worth it. Now here's the other one. If you want a scaled down version that you don't want the chocolate covered fruit, you're gonna take your dark chocolate covered shell. We are going to fill it with our pudding. And actually for this one, I did a little bit of vanilla at the bottom, but I really want the lemon in, so I'm actually gonna top it with lemon. So it's gonna be just a nice creamy combination here. So we'll do our lemon filling. And then I'm gonna do regular, just fresh fruit. So we're gonna throw in some fresh blueberries onto this, some fresh blackberries.
How long did it take you to get those chocolate covered?
Not even a second, because I'm doing regular fresh fruit with lemon pudding and a dark chocolate covered shell. And that's totally up my alley and sounds delicious. True story. Now we need a splash of color. So add a few raspberries. We're gonna do a sprig of mint in each of them just for a little fun garnish, and it's pretty, and why not? Just like so. And voila, your Easter dessert is served. Woo, we made it through this one. All right, I promise next week we'll be totally under control and much easier to do. But if nothing else, you know, grab a mini pie crust, grab a pre-done chocolate cup thing, as well as chocolate covered fruit, and just assemble this. If not, know that it might be a little messy and fun for the whole family to do. This is your creation for dessert. From my kitchen to yours, have a wonderful Easter, and I'll see you next week.